Alright, I'm back. Let's see, the same person also asked, now that you're losing weight, how do you feel about overweight or obese people who haven't made the decision to get healthy? I don't look at someone who's overweight now and think, man, that person's really lazy because they decided not to get healthy. Having been there, I know that sometimes it's much more than that. It's not as easy for some folks. But when I see someone who's overweight now or obese, having been there and having the life that I have now, I think, man, these people have no idea what they're missing. And I'll look at people and I think, man, they would benefit from, getting healthier, whether it's the weight loss surgery or exercising, and eating right. You don't know how bad you feel until you start feeling good. That was me. I didn't realize how bad I was really feeling until now, right? Until I started to be healthier and feel better. And so I think sometimes they don't realize that. They don't realize how I thought that I felt okay, but that wasn't the case. So I look at them and I think, well, they might be okay, or they might feel like they feel all right, but there's just this whole new world out there that they have yet to experience, or aren't experiencing. And I see someone who's obese, and people I work with and friends that I have, and I just want to talk to them about it and just kind of be an encouragement to them and just support them, and being so big that I remember people wanting to stay away from me and not wanting anything to do with me, and I don't want to be that person to them. I want to just comfort them and love on them and friend them and just help them out in any way I can. But when I see them, I think, man, they're just missing out on so much, because I know I was. She asked as well, how has sex changed? I talked about that in one of the first video, was it? Or the second video? How has your wife dealt with how has your wife dealt with the change / your weight loss? She's handled it very well. I think I mentioned her in the first video. She does kind of feel left out some. I think she hasn't said it, but I think she does. But for the most part, she's handled it fairly well. It was a huge issue when I first decided to have weight loss between us, and to make it not an issue, I had to get her involved in the process and let her feel like she was part of it. And I'll be honest and say that I've kind of slacked on that, and I need to do a better job of bringing her in this process, continuing to bring her in and making her feel like making sure she doesn't feel left out. But for the most part, she's handled it well. Like I said, she loved me at my heaviest. She'll love me, when I'm at my smallest. I think she's dealt with it fairly well. Do you get attention from different variety of women now? How do you think you'll deal with that once you're at goal or even smaller? Definitely get a lot more attention now from women than I did before. But I talked about it previously where I didn't go through this process and have surgery so that way I can start getting attention from other women. So while it's nice, I think we all would find it nice if, the opposite sex complimented us, paid a little more attention to us. So while it's nice, that's not my drive and goal. So I just deal with it. There are some people that I work with women who never talked to me before, and now they want to come over during break, and sit with me. When I catch them in the hallways or in the break room, they want to chit chat, and all of a sudden we're friends, right? When before they didn't. I didn't even exist. People like that, I don't, whatever. I don't pay much attention to them. When it's someone who doesn't know, who didn't know me at my heaviest, I mean, it's flattering, but again, that wasn't the main goal for me. So I just dealt with it. And it's the last question from this person. What's your first thought when you look in the mirror now versus before you started losing? So I hated to look in the mirror. I would get dressed sometimes and turn to the side when I was at my heaviest and look at the side view of me in the mirror, and it was the ugliest thing. And now I'll walk by a mirror or catch my reflection like in a window or something, and I like what I'm seeing. Sometimes when I'm getting dressed and I'm about to walk out the room, we have this huge mirror that I have to walk by. I'll catch my reflection, and then I'll stop and just kind of check myself out. I just love the way I look now compared to before. So the confidence is much higher, and I just like what I'm seeing. So now, my first thought is, you look pretty good compared to you look horrible before. Truest of Hearts 12 asks, has anything changed between you and your wife since surgery? I talked about that already. Not a whole lot. There have been some changes, but nothing major. There hasn't been anything really negative or really positive. There are some small changes, but for the most part, our relationship as of right now is still the same as it was. 9606 Shelly asks, have you changed your decision to tell your coworkers about your surgery? I thought maybe with the puking incident at work you might have changed your mind about it. So what Shelly's referring to is, when I had that eating issue where I couldn't eat or drink anything, that all stemmed from, we had a party at work for a coworker, and I had a small piece of carne guisada, and it got stuck, and instantly I had to go and throw up. But I was able to make it to a bathroom, so nobody saw me, nobody heard me, so they had no clue that I did it. So I didn't feel a need to have to tell anybody. Coworkers, I still don't tell, just because coworkers is like, imagine junior high with a bunch of adults. That's what it is. Now I have come out to other friends of mine on my personal Facebook page. I'm starting to get more comfortable with telling people, and so more people do know about it now. But as far as coworkers go, now if they were genuinely interested in my journey and wanting to be healthy and what's going on, I probably wouldn't mind sharing with them. But when it's just someone looking for something to gossip about, I don't want to be part of that. Coden Connie, she asks, will you have any kind of plastics surgery in the future? Will I have any kind of plastic surgery in the future? Plastic surgery scares the crap out of me. I know what you're thinking. Well, dude, you just went and had your stomach cut in half, and stapled together, and you're worried about plastics. You know, the downtime from this surgery compared to the downside from the downtime from plastics, and I mean, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, I haven't, you know, looked into it a whole lot, but just from the little bit that I've seen, I mean, you're down, you know, much longer. I don't want draining tubes hanging out of me. I mean, it just really, really scares me. Maybe it's just a look. I mean, I see people like their arms and, you know, around their waist, the bikini line, I mean, the scars, or like the stitches and stuff. I mean, just seeing that kind of scares me, and so it turns me off. So right now, I have no plans on having plastics, but that could change. You know, I am starting to see loose skin a little bit, but I'm hoping not to have too much of it. I don't know what I'm gonna look like later on down the line. So that may be an option, but as of right now, I don't have any plans whatsoever to have plastics. And not only that, but if I had to make a decision today, I would say I'm not doing it. So I'll have to, you know, reevaluate this when I get to that point. Let's see. Last question is from our good buddy Rob Reno. He says, other than wanting to be a runner, what other sports do you think you will play in the future? You know, I would love to get back into softball, kickball. We have adult kickball league, softball leagues here. I would like to do those, but I would also like to compete in and get to a point where I can compete in weightlifting competitions. Not being a bodybuilder, but you know, at one point I was really interested in competing in weightlifting competitions, and you know, if that ever became an option, I think I would definitely give it a shot just to see what it's like. So that would probably be the biggest one, you know, getting into weightlifting competitions. So I think that's all. Now, if I miss a question, oh, wait a minute. You know, let me see. There were other questions that came in late. I think after I wrote these down. Let's see. I'm sorry, I should have written this down. I thought I did, but I don't think I saved it. Okay. VSG Kirk. VSG Kirk asked, who would you rather? Who would you rather, TJ or Phil? First of all, I think they're both great, but I wouldn't want to have to do either one of them. Well, I wouldn't want to have to do either one of them. If I had to, oh my gosh, I don't even. TJ is a big fucking dude. He's like 6'6", and so that kind of scares me a little bit. So it would have to be Phil. But that's if my life depended on it, and you know what? Even then, I might not even. And the last question is from DS Mel, who actually just had her surgery. So I hope you're doing well. She has, what has been the most challenging thing for you since weight loss surgery to adjust to? The eating. I still have a habit of eating really fast, and you guys know when that happens, it can be painful, and it can make for a not good experience. So you know what? Adjusting to the eating and you know, eating slower, not being able to eat certain things, those things have been tough to adjust to. But I can see the benefit of not eating the things I used to, and obviously the benefit of making sure you don't eat too fast. But adjusting to the whole eating thing, sometimes I forget that I had the surgery, and I'll scarf something down, and then I'm like, oh shit. I mean, I could feel it instantly, start to back up, and I have to vomit to just kind of get some relief. So that would be it. That's it, you guys. That's all of the questions. If you asked a question on Facebook or YouTube and I missed it, I apologize. You can leave a comment below, and I'll get to it. Or if you have another question, I'll be more than happy to answer it in a separate video. But that's it. That's the Ask Me Anything video. So thank you guys for submitting questions. I really didn't think I'd get so many. So thank you guys for watching. I've taken up enough of your damn time. I will talk to you guys soon. Take care.